Basically, the guy who had originally opened the bar in the 60s owned the building. When Ellie took over running the bar, she was running it. It was still his bar, like in name, I suppose. But she'd been running it for over 20 years, and when he passed away, his kids wanted to sell it. They sold the name as well. So I guess, like, for him, it's a bonus to keep the name of a bar that's been established for that long. So when people walk up to it who haven't been there, they just think maybe it's been renovated, as opposed to it's no longer the same bar. I'll never go there because when he bought the building and we had to move, it just basically, I mean, we were closed for 6 months. He took away my livelihood. He took away everybody's that worked there for a very long period of time, and he's trying very hard to prevent the little guy from having their businesses running. It was a very unfortunate situation for everybody who worked there. I mean, it is family, and you feel like it's not even just me. I can go out and get a job. Like, I can find a job somewhere. For Ellie, it was her life's work. You know, she's not a 30-year-old or a 20 or a 40 or 50-year-old. That's her money is all put into that bar, this bar. You know, it's not just a job. I felt personal insofar as, like, I consider this to be my family as well. I'm not related to them, but when you work for them for a few years, they don't treat you like a staff member. You know, you're not just the random girl who works on Monday. I do know people who come here and go there as well because he has a patio. We don't. So in the summer, if they want to sit outside for a beer, they'll go sit there. But as far as I know, it's not the same. Like, it's not, you're treated like just a customer, like a number. Like, okay, you're $8 guy, you're $22 guy, it's not, you're not welcomed the same way. We are farther, we don't get as much foot traffic. So we have less walk-ins. We don't have a patio. That really hurts for the summer. And like I said earlier, we have people who have been coming to the bar every year or every 6 months for 20 years, and now they go there and it's not there anymore. So they don't know that we're here necessarily. So we lose those customers. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't see why you can't have that. I mean, there are businesses everywhere. It's like saying, oh, well, we can't have 4 Chinese restaurants in Chinatown because, you know, one of them might take over the world. It's like, no, they're all little businesses, and they all do as well as they need to survive. That's all we're looking for, is to do well enough to make enough money to have your rent paid and to have money for your bonus plans, you know? Like, I mean, there's no world domination scheme in the bullpub. Yeah. It's just holding on to their family tradition, that's all. We've lost some business, but had we not moved, we would never have lost the business. It's as simple as that. If we were still there, if we had never had to close, if we had never spent 6 months, I mean, in 6 months, people find new places to go. They change. We have people who now split their time. Like, they spent 6 months going to one bar, so now they do 3 days there, 2 days here, or, as opposed to the 5 days here. We were definitely affected by it. His bars are just I find they're cookie cutter sort of bars, which has worked for him everywhere, so why wouldn't he keep running with it? It's definitely a good formula for him. If he's managed to get bars from like NDG and West Island and here and the Village, and it's obviously something that's working. And there's always room for people to have their own business and their own idea of a business. It's just unfortunate that he likes to crush the little guy. In the end, it's only an address. Like, everybody who comes here because they love Ellie, they love Betty, they love the family, they love, they could get cheaper beer across the street, but they come here because it's still family. They're still treated that way, as opposed to being in a room where nobody knows you and you have 18 televisions. I mean, I can't imagine you would walk in and think it's the same place. But I don't know what other people feel when they walk into it. Like I said, I can't even say that I've walked in and looked around.